Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Amogbe.
Very warm greetings to you from wherever you're watching us this morning. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Let's take you straight to news making the rounds from this part of the world. And of course, it doesn't get bigger than the Channels International Kiss Cup. The Lagos preliminaries, day 3. And of course, we're in the round of 16. And 32 teams started this competition by teams, I mean schools, started. And we have 16. And of course, the quest to pick the 2 available slots for Lagos continues.
Yes, and more tears and joys today, and of course, more goals in the round of 16 as it gets started today. Also on the program, talking about the Nigerian Women's Football League, match day 5, and of course, the big one everyone is obviously looking forward to will be the game between Bayelsa Queens and Rivers Angels. Now, these girls need to win all the matches they can win now before almost all their players resume camp for the Super Falcons. Also on the show, well, Yemi didn't get his wishes at all. I said this week I'm going to gloat over that. And the Western Conference, well, Game 5, that's where it ended. And it's going to be the Houston Rockets and, of course, the Golden State Warriors in the finals because both of them had a clean sweep in Game 5 against, talking about New Orleans Pelicans and, of course, the Utah Jazz. So it's Warriors and the Rockets in the NBA Finals expectedly. So we didn't get Game 6, now Game 7.
Yeah. Humble pie again.
Yeah.
I learned my lessons. I won't predict again. But then, interesting. I mean, I don't think you could argue that these are the 2 best teams in that conference. But then again, sometimes you think some of the other teams can maybe just pull off a surprise. So congratulations to both of them. One of them is going to cry later, but at least for now, congratulations to the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. But we're not starting from there this morning. We have someone who you could call an expert. Is going to, take us through all of this that happened in basketball. So we just leave it for him. I've eaten the humble pie, so I'll leave it for him. But we'll go to tennis. That's where we start from this morning on the show. The Madrid Open. That's where we start. Yeah, just when I was thinking that the game between Kei Nishikori and Novak Djokovic was, the one that had the top stars. Again, in the first round, you had this one. Milos Raonic taking on Grigor Dimitrov. Cecilia, it was a very big game.
Yeah, it was
stretched
tight.
to 3 sets.
A tight one.
Very tight, very close, very tight.
Everyone talk about Grigor Dimitrov. You mentioned him yesterday. I was like, oh, baby Fed. He just remained under the shadow of Roger Federer. He didn't want to live there. Now, Milos Raonic, coming into this tournament hasn't been at his best. But then Grigor Dimitrov, has been a little bit consistent. But sometimes when expecting to perform, he just didn't. But then, well, in the third round, in the second round of the Madrid Open, he just couldn't. 7-5, 3-6, 6-3. Now, how do you lose the first set? And the second set was a bit convincing, 6-3. I thought that's it for him. But the final set, 6-3, he crumbled and he just couldn't, take on Milos Raonic. Maybe because Milos Raonic is tall, he's big serving.
And it's clay, yes, it's clay.
So
I think Milos is better suited, my opinion here. I think Milos is better suited to clay. And but injuries, that's another thing.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys in the top 10 injuries. If he was 100% fit, no injuries, and he's okay, and he gets his form, I'll say maybe those are the guys that have a chance against Nadal. Against Nadal, we'll see. But was a game. Juan Martin Del Potro
was also in action. Yeah.
Well, making good on his promise. That don't look elsewhere. If you're looking for someone who's going to beat Nadal, I can do the job.
Look at him. He said he can shock Rafael Nadal. Against Damian Zuma,
there was a very good performance in the first round.
Yeah, a good performance for him in the first round. 6-3, 6-3. He won 19 winners and 20 on first air as well. Set up a clash with Dusan Lajovic. That's the next guy he's going to be facing. And for Milos Raonic, we'll see how far he will go because up next is the Canadian, Shapovalov. I watched his game yesterday, and this is the guy you just don't want to put down because of the way he plays. Other players in action on Tuesday. Also, you have Boyan Courage.
Yeah.
Boyan Courage was in action against Pablo Carreño. That was an upset. 6-4, 6-2. He won that one. I expected this game to really drag, but then Courage fought from 4-3 down to win 5 straight games and second victory over this particular Spaniard. So
I think that's what made it remarkable
right?
For the Croatian. You know, they had to dig deep, fight back. Everybody expected Pablo.
Of course.
You know, close your eyes and then Pablo Carino Busta will get this done. But you know, that's nature of this kind of tournaments. It's even though it's a warm-up, you still have to keep your eyes open, play your best game. And Carino Busta has fallen by the wayside. So we'll see what happens as the tournament progresses. But good one for Cherish.
Yeah, you also have a Batista Uggets also, you know, having to fight in 3 sets.
Donaldson?
Exactly, to reach the next round. But okay, we'll just see how it's going to go. Rafael Nadal will be in action today against Gael Monfils. What a way to start at the Madrid Open. We'll see Gael Monfils just, okay, he's flamboyant, a cool guy, but then...
Unfortunately, we didn't get that. But, you know, Rafael Nadal, he's been embroiled in a lot of... I think the journalists want to sink him into all the controversies, not even in tennis now, football. They wanted him to talk about the referee. I said, oh, you say you're a Madrid fan, why are you putting on an Atletico jersey?
Come on.
You guys like controversies. I'm a sports fan. Leave me alone, you know. But it's all good.
That's what makes things go round.
Interesting. Okay, so let's quickly take this one and get it off the way. Let's talk baseball on the show. Talking about how some people have said the Americans are trying to recolonize. I don't know if I could use that word.
Okay, sports-wise, right? They want to spread their sports everywhere.
Spread their tentacles everywhere. And it's England. Major League Baseball is following the footsteps of American football. And that's what they're doing now. The Red Sox and the
New York Yankees.
You know, they're going to be playing in 2019 in London. And they've also made commitments for 2020 as well. Now, look, we're ready. We want to do this. We hear that the Red Sox will be the home team when they get the chance to play. And they're working with the city in London. Sadiq Khan, the mayor of the city, talking about all of the things that they hope to do, and making these games spread, giving a good spread, and increasing the popularity.
Yeah, of the sport, exactly. That's the point there, because if you check, the Major League Baseball is an American sport. Yes. We all know that. So for them to take it to London simply means they just want to spread their tentacles. I talked about colonizing and just ensuring that everybody embraces this sport, and people also, when you watch it, you get to understand what baseball is all about. Remember NBA, O2 Arena, also they're playing the American football. You talked about that. So June 2019, next year, June 29th and June 30th, we're going to be seeing the Boston Red Sox and also the New York Yankees. They will be meeting in London to play Major League Baseball. Okay, I've thought about this. Well, let's get reaction after this deal was sealed.
The Major League Baseball are bringing the two, jewels in their crown, Boston Red Sox and New York Yankees, to London. If you look at the history of these two teams, at the moment, by the way, they're first and second in their respective league, but they've won World Series year after year after year over the last 100 years. So that's a great, great boon for London. And let's wait and see. Already we know there are Londoners, there are people across our country, but also across Europe who are baseball fans. To watch a live game, they've got to jump on a plane, go to America. Well, from next year they can come to London to watch these great teams battling out in competitive games in London. So it's, as far as I'm concerned, a win-win.
I think that London has a great tradition of hosting sports. Other North American professional sports made this their first stop in Europe, and I think it's a great first stop for us. It's really interesting. Our players have embraced the opportunity to play internationally. We've had them in Tokyo, we've had them in Monterrey, Mexico, we've had them in Puerto Rico, and I think that players really welcome the opportunity to be here in London. It's a great city, and I'm sure they'll enjoy the break from what is a really long season for them.
I absolutely think so. There's no doubt in my mind that these fans get a chance to see these best players. Like I said, best players in the world at what they do, and baseball is a really hard game to play. You have some of the best athletes on the planet playing it, and it's hard to do. So fans over here get a chance to see them firsthand or on television playing the game. I think they'll really take off and understand exactly how much fun it is to watch a baseball game. Obviously learning the nuances and of those kind of things will take a while, but to see the players in action will definitely make it take off pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's it. If you get to see them in action, I mean, the interest will be there. Just remember the NFL, they played about 18 games of Wembley.
Yeah, Wembley.
3 at Twickenham. Okay, and they want to add 3 more next year.
And these guys are trying to follow their footsteps. I think one thing that we should also add in this part of the world, even though when we say they'll say, you know, the people that should do it, they say they're not receiving enough support from the government. But one thing we should always realize that whatever we're doing can be exported. And that's what the Americans are doing. Look at the jobs that will be created, the revenue that will be made from this.
The money,
the PR. I can't begin
the clubs
to
also
say,
make money.
You know, they brought their best out. You know, look, you know, when you're going somewhere, you put your best foot forward. And before you can put your best foot forward, it means you've done your own work, you've put everything, your house is in order, and you have a good product to sell. And you know what some of my friends in the other side of the market, they tell me that a very good product is easy to sell. You don't do much of PR, you don't do much of, you know, but for us, what do we have that other people want to buy? I don't know. Okay, let's stop there. I mean, we're happy that MLB is trying to take the footsteps of NBA and, of course, also NFL in London.